Hi guys, welcome to my YouTube channel where we learn everything ethical hacking, right? So if you ever wonder what ethical hacking is all about and you ever imagine seeing yourself in this field and you've been wondering how you could get this knowledge, yeah? So you are on the right channel, right? So please do well to ensure you subscribe and hit the like button, of course, on all my videos, and do well to share with your friends and comment on it as well. Of course, don't forget to turn on the notification bell so you don't miss any of my posts, right? So being the first video in my channel, I will be teaching you how to set up your ethical hacking lab, right? The labs that you'll be using to carry out all your exploits. So to begin, we will be downloading two major softwares. Of course, this Kali Linux, and the other is a VMware, right? A virtual machine, right? Where we run our virtual OS, right? So I will be teaching you how to download and install, also import these operating systems, right? So sit back, sit tight, relax as I take you through the sprint. All right, so to begin, first thing we need to do is to head on to our browser to download the Kali Linux and VMware, right? So I'll move straight to my browser and I'll type Kali. We're going to the Kali official website, kali.org. I want to believe kali.org. I think this is the official website. All right. So what you want to do from here is to click on the not this download. Click on the get Kali at the top here. All right. So next we need to select the version that is compatible with our system, right? What we want to download, right? So my system is actually a 64-bit operating system, right? So I'll just scroll down to you see recommended. It's the coming down Kali Purple. All right. So pre-built virtual machines, Kali VMware and virtual machine. All right. So we'll download this. So this is a particular Kali machine for VMware, right? If you're using VirtualBox, you download this other one, or Hyper-V, as the case may be. But for this one, we are using VMware, so we're downloading Kali for VMware, right? So once I click on this, the download should start immediately, right? So as you can see on my top, on my bar here, my download bar here, download has started. It's around 2.9 gigabytes, right? So all right, so I will leave that to continue, right? And the next thing we want to do while this is running on the background is to download our VMware, right? Okay, all right, so I will just leave this to be running on the background, right? So I'll just close it now. And so to download the VMware, I will come back to my browser tab and click just do download VMware, right? VMware workstation. It has 17 Pro and the likes. The latest version is, I think, VMware 17 Pro, right? So this is the official site for VMware, right? VMware product. So I'll just head on. You can see on my first link here. All right, let's use the second link so we can be able to choose the version of the VMware we want. Okay, so as soon as this, all right, so you can see VMware Workstation 17 Pro, right? So what we need to do from here is to hit the download button here. You can see, but this one is for Windows, right? But this is Workstation 17 Pro for Linux, right? So but what we want to download is for Windows because we are installing this VMware on a Windows machine, right? So all right, so I will hit the download button. It's around 500 MB. So once I hit the download button, um you can see it will start downloading, right? About 594 MB. So once the download is up, the next thing we will do is to extract the file, right? Okay, so let's just wait for it to complete. Okay, so our download is completed. You can see the Kali Linux and also the VMware. All right, so what we'll do next is to, you can see this for the Kali Linux, it's a zip file, so we need to unzip it, right? You need your a particular software called right, or any unzip software you can get. So I'll just right click, you right click on your Kali Linux, right, and you see extract all. It's the only thing I will click here. So if you have a special application installed on your system that you can use for unzipping file, you can use that as well. You can just do open with. Okay, I don't think I have mine here. There's an application called RAR, right? We use it to unzip a file, but I'll just use the extract all here, features. Once I hit it, so you see it's asking select destination and extract file, where we want this file to be extracted to. So I will leave it customized default like this. By leaving it default without changing this, right, without changing this, it means that it's going to extract into the download folder where the raw file was initially, where we have this particular zip file. That's where it will extract and create a folder for it. So let's proceed. So to proceed, I will click on the extract button here, and all right, so just wait for it to complete. So once we're done extracting the Kali, the next thing we will do is to install our VMware. Alright, so our extraction is completed. You can see the extracted file here, and this below here is a zip file. So let me just open the extracted file so you can see what we have inside. So this is the Kali ISO file which we will be importing into our VMware. So what we need to do now is to install the VMware. Alright, so I'll just go back. Alright, so we need to install the VMware player. Alright, so to begin, you just right click on the VMware player, run as an administrator. So wait for it to load. Okay, do you want to allow this app to make changes to your device? You click yes. Alright, so you can see it's preparing the installation. So mind you, VMware has a free and also a licensed version for it. You can either pay for the license or you use the free version, which is usually available for 30 days. So just wait for it to install. Let me come to my home. Okay, I think it's still running in the background. Alright, so let's just wait for it. Should get a pop-up. Sometimes it can be slow to install, but not that slow. Installation of this shouldn't take more than max 5 minutes. Max 5 minutes. Shouldn't go beyond. It should usually be between 1 to 3 minutes. Okay, so welcome to the VMware Workstation 17 player setup. Alright, so the setup wizard will install VMware Workstation 17 player on your computer. Click next to continue or cancel to exit the setup wizard. So we'll click on next. Okay, so end user license agreement is asking us to read the terms and agreement. So I'll click the accept. I'll tick the accept box here and next. Alright, so install Windows Hypervisor platform automatically. You can click this yes.
So custom setup, select the installation destination where you want this file to install. So by default, it will always install on the C drive in the program file 86 directory. It will create a directory called VMware and another directory called VMware Player. So basically, sometimes you might just allow this because computer will pick the best destination where and install this player on. But sometimes if you have like a partition where you might want this VMware or this application to be saved in, if you have a different drive, you can decide to click on the change here to change it from drive C, because you can see it's on drive C, and almost like all programs here, program files 86. So since I'm not changing the file, the destination part, I will just leave it. And you can see add VMware workstation console tools into system part, that's ticked already. Enhanced keyboard driver, a reboot will be required to use this feature. Not necessarily needed. I'll just click on next. Okay, user experience. All right, next thing I'm going to do is click next. Okay, you create a shortcut, next. So for every other thing you click now, we click on install. So we'll wait for it. The installation has commenced. We'll wait for it to install. So once the installation is complete, you say finished, and we can launch the player. Mind you, as earlier emphasized, that VMware is a virtual software that allows you to host other virtual Windows, allows you to host other Windows machine virtually. And also, if this is your first time installation, you might want to enable the Hyper-V on your PC. That's to enable virtualization. To do that, I would add a link at the end of this video that you can follow to do that. There are two ways or several ways to do that. Basically, you can do from your BIOS before the system boots, or you can do it from the setting. But of course, do where to check the link that will be attached to this video for that setup. Okay, so you can see the installation is complete, but it's you can see I have two boxes here. You can say complete the VM workstation 17 player setup wizard. Click finish button to exit. Press the license button below if you want to enter a license key. So like I earlier stated, it has a free trial period of 30 days if you don't have a license. But if you do have a license, is to click on the license now and impute your license. So let's click finished since we don't have a license key. So you can see the shortcut created here. My desktop, I will just let's open it. You see, so I'm launching it now. Okay, so you can see use VMware Workstation 17 Player for free for non-commercial use, meaning you'll be limited to some certain features. But if you have a license key, you can click the button below here and fill in this portion with the license key. But since we don't have a license key, we'll just use it for commercial purpose. We'll click the first option and we'll click continue. Okay, thank you for using VMware Workstation 17 Player. All right, so the next thing is finished now. So this should launch our VMware for us. So this is how it looks like, or this is what it looks like by the way. So you can see our VMware workstation is up and running. So what do I want to do now? I want to import our virtual machine into this VMware. So to do that, you see the home here. Okay, so or you click on player, or you see, okay, let's come to the front here. You can see create a new virtual machine, open a virtual machine. So since we want to import, we'll click open a virtual machine. So I will click this. All right, so it will load my files from here. I'll click on download. This is where I have the Kali folder, so you can see the Kali here. I'll double click on the Kali to access the ISO file. Double click again. You can see the Kali VMware file here, which we downloaded earlier. So I'll click on it and I'll click open. So wait for it to import. So that was fast. So you can see it has imported successfully. So next thing we want to do now is to configure the Kali machine, is to configure this operating system. By configuration, I mean define the network path, define the RAM size, and every other thing that we need to configure for this OS to be effective. So to begin, click on edit virtual machine. For a second, I think still the importation is not fully complete. All right, so you can see memory for this virtual machine, it's set to 2 GB. This is the RAM now. So for based on your system configuration, which I wouldn't know, it's always advisable if you're using, let's say, an 8 GB system. It's most advisable to use 2 GB so that your host can have sufficient space to function effectively. But if you're using a 4 GB PC, that's 4 GB RAM, you can as well still use 2 GB. So that means you're sharing the RAM with the host. The meaning your virtual window is using 2 GB and your host machine is using 2 GB. But take for instance where you have Kali installed on the VMware and you have, let's say, you want to import or you want to add, like, let's say, Ubuntu or Parrot OS, and you have limited RAM size. So that's where you might want to bring this RAM to 1 GB. But overall, what I'm trying to say is that just ensure that your host machine still have enough RAM size for it to function effectively. So you don't allocate all your RAM size to the virtual machine. All right. So it's set to 2 GB. My system is 8 GB. So setting this to 2 GB is fair. And let's come to the network. I'll come down to network adapter. It's NAT is okay. You know the difference between bridge and NAT. Bridge means it's using its own internal network, but NAT means it's NATing through our host IP address to communicate to the network. So I would like to leave it on NAT. I think that's the only thing I will do here. So the next thing I want to do is to click on OK, and so you can see our RAM here is 32 GB. So I will start this VM. So play virtual machine. So our Kali is running. It's trying to come up now. Okay. So you can see it's really easy to set up your lab. So first thing first, download the VMware that is compatible with your machine, as I discussed earlier on before I started the video. Secondly, you download the virtual machine, which is your Kali Linux. You can choose to download Ubuntu or other flavors of Kali, which I taught you earlier. And once your VMware is installed, you can just import it. So to import is quite simple, just as I showed you earlier. So once the Kali is up, the default credentials for Kali Linux is Kali or lowercase. So wait for it to load. It's taking time, being that this is the initial configuration. This is the first time we are using this on this PC. So for my case, you see that I didn't have any issues with virtualization, but for your case, you might get an error prompt telling you that you should enable Hyper-V. So don't panic once you get a notification like that. It's just for you to follow the link attached on this video section to read up on how to enable virtualization on your PC. It's usually a simple process. Right, so it's coming up. Okay, so you can see we have a login page now. So logging into this machine, into our Kali. So default password is Kali. Retype same thing as what Kali, and we should be in. So basically, this is how easy it is to set up your lab. It's a straightforward process that you don't need to waste time on. If you're having any issues, please do well to leave a comment on my video, and I'll try as much as possible to respond to every of your questions. So you can see we have our Kali up and running. So what you're seeing now is the Kali GUI. My next video I'll be teaching you how to navigate this home page. What you're seeing now is called the GUI. I'll show you the intricacies of the CLI and the likes and every other thing you can do here. So for now, for this video, this was just supposed to show you how to install and set up your lab. I do hope you found this video, or you find this video rather educative. And of course, please don't forget to share, like, and comment on my video. If you're not following me already, please do want to subscribe to my channel and share with your loved ones. We'll see you all in my next video, where we'll learn about how to navigate this environment and what other functions you can carry out on this Kali OS. Bye for now.